Keke Badia no you de Sududu Shita Avery no Jokyo no Sobit no Nochi de Kara Bonsi Bidugu Tsusuke Watashi o Hiju Hito no Yomi Mizu Igai no Ryu Dikar no Yujin Daniel ni Bizu no Kyo ni Dachi Suseta Watashi to Daniel wa Daibuju Waryu Chincha Wawiam san no Dusaka Navane to Senjin no Sabutika Retired the retard Yunzari Silver Yulni Dalibugu Clinch.
Spin.
Well, I ran out of fucking V-necks to wear, so now I'm wearing an emo shirt. You know what that means? Yo, what's up, you emo fuck?
No one likes you. Please stop.
Well, lads, my name is Andrew, and today we're going to be doing a new video on Daniel T Gaming. Disclaimer, I like Daniel, he seems like a nice person, but his online persona is what I dislike personally, as I personally believe Daniel presents himself online as somebody that can very easily be classified as a narcissist. I'm not saying not to be a dick, I'm just saying that there's 9 signs of narcissism, and I think Daniel slots into every single one of them quite well. I kind of just wanted to do it to like give the video like a nice structure. You know, the Avery video was like, I'm gonna bully you! So, yeah. This one will need explaining. Grandiose sense of self means referring to yourself and thinking of yourself very, very highly and unrealistically. Considering how Daniel thinks of himself and his OC, Nessie, it's pretty fucking obvious. The entire idea of Nessie Day is stroking his ego in a way that you need to think into to actually realise. And it should prove itself that Daniel thinks his OC is important enough to have an entire fucking day dedicated to it. And it kind of proves that he thinks of himself too highly. Another thing proving that he thinks of himself way too highly is he draws his OC far too fucking much. Like Butch Hartman levels of fucking obsession. I understand that if you're like an artist, you usually tend to draw your OC the most. But with them artists, they've got like other characters that they can draw. With Daniel, it's like he can draw a character for his friend and then incorporate Nessie into some fucking awkward way. Although Daniel just seems obsessed with his own character, and it's quite frankly very annoying to see. Just go on my Twitter and see.
Whoa guys, I drew Nessie for the 5th time.
Personally, what I think Daniel should do is I think Daniel should make more OCs to draw, because they'd kind of open the box a bit more for what he can draw. Heck, Daniel made PC and phone wallpapers for his character and his backgrounds. Personally, I don't understand why people would use that, or why people want to have your logo as their background on their phone or computer. Daniel having the background on his Twitter isn't exactly egotistical, but it shows that he thinks his graphic art is good enough to have his fans use his backgrounds for their wallpapers in their personal lives. And if his fans like that, then fair enough. Like, imagine if I put my assets on my Twitter and expected people to use them. It would kind of come across as like egotistical in a way. It's like being quite presumptuous and pretentious. There's one more thing that ties into the entire idea. Him thinking of himself very, very highly. Daniel made Christmas decorations of Nessie and expected his fans to use them. He even put in a little scissor marker to show where you cut out the Nessie. And he even made a fucking Daniel T gift tag. Honestly, Daniel, I don't really think you should have made them. I don't think your fans would have used them. And it's like, you're providing a product that you think has demand, but in reality it's got no demand at all. There's another point which could probably single-handedly prove that Daniel thinks of himself very, very highly, therefore giving him the entire point of grandiose sense of self. There's a fan game about Daniel, but the thing is, Daniel's making his own fan game. What? Yeah, Daniel is making a fan game of himself where his OC Nessie goes to save Pioka and his girlfriend, Scribbles or whatever. Basically, Daniel, if you're going to make a game with NES Maker, I highly suggest you don't make it on yourself or your friends, because it just comes off very, very egotistical and very self-centered. Maybe make your own ideas up rather than using your own representation of yourself for a video game where you save your girlfriend and make yourself look like a hero. It reminds me of Sonic 2 in a way, but I won't compare him to that. Not yet! But you may be saying, Nessie is not a representation of Daniel. It's a completely separate character from Daniel. If Nessie wasn't a representation of Daniel, then why would Daniel have his emotions be conveyed by Nessie in the first place. If his emotions are conveyed by Nessie, it kind of shows that Nessie is like a representation for Daniel. There's a lot of confusion around Nessie, and I'd like you to clear up whether he's an OC or not. He's a representation of you, because he's shown very clearly that he could possibly be a representation of you. So does that mean you're in a polyamorous relationship with you, Scribbles, and Nessie? Basically, this one point can be summed up very, very easily, although if you dig deep, there are a lot more points that you can talk about. Daniel is proud of his position and is obviously very humble about it. No, seriously, he follows things up in his subscriber specials and says, "I'm not bragging," but it's pretty goddamn obvious that he's bragging.
I was just some smug idiot who rants on other people and makes music in Minecraft No Block Studio and does art. Like, how did that cost $50,000? Like, that's insane to me. I'm not bragging, I'm not subtle bragging, I'm not micro bragging, I'm not doing anything like that.
It's like a reverse compliment, but different. It's like saying you're gay, no offense. You're still calling him gay. You're just saying, "No offense, bro." You're trying to tell your fans not to get like annoyed about it because, you know, you're not bragging, but it's kind of obvious that you are.
Because without you, I technically wouldn't be where I am.
What do you mean technically? You owe everything to your fans. They were the sole reason how you got here. You only made the content. They only propelled you to your current situation and made your current bloated ego. Danny made a video on Valentine's Day, and it was a commentary on a guy who wanted an online girlfriend. The concept of the video is kind of It's a good idea for a Valentine's Day video. How he executed the entire idea made him come off as pretentious and arrogant. I'll be explaining why. The intro is alright. He explains the idea of Valentine's Day and he gives Nessie a robe in it. It's nice and it puts Daniel in a way. Now it's subtle and only sharp-eyed viewers would notice. See, what happens next is what irritates me. He puts in a little message saying Scribbles was here with a kiss. See, if he left it at that, it'd be pretty wholesome and subtle. But what he had to do was make an entire big deal out of it by making it like giant
Of romance.
See, this is what we call nitpicking, except I'm pretty sure the entire point of the intro was subtlety. As you can see by the music in the background and how everything was so calm and Daniel was speaking with a very soft voice. And the kissing sound effect brings you out of the immersion completely, in my opinion. It then transitions to the actual video where Daniel says,
"I wanted to spend this Valentine's Day with the love of my life."
The execution of the entire intro just comes off like Daniel trying to show off the fact that he has a girlfriend and his underage fan base doesn't. And fair enough to him, it's Valentine's Day, but I think it's like, "I've got a girlfriend, I'm not gay, please believe me." In the video, he then insults the person on his appearance. He seems to get angry at a video parodying dating videos. If he was serious about the video, first of all, he wouldn't have shown off his teeth, nor would he shown off his fetishes, nor would he be shirtless. If he was serious about the entire video and executed everything like he was, the guy in the video, then he's got a mental illness and Daniel bullied him for like 11 minutes straight.
We'll be taking a look at people who probably live in their mother's basement watching My Little Pony all day. That day after he recorded this video, he went and bought himself a fedora hat, grew out his beard, wear a small shirt, and watch My Little Pony.
More on that later. Evidence of Daniel getting incredibly angry at YouTube videos right here.
Ah, Jesus Christ! You imbecilic 5-year-old!
Plus, cancer's a real thing.
Oh, so cancer is taken seriously, but not suicide. Just watch this! Jesus Christ! Could you just stop already?
If you wanted to know how this all ties back into the original point, it's pretty simple. Him making the fact that he has a girlfriend obvious for his viewers shows his fantasy of ideal love. Him getting angry at the videos and even shouting at some points proves his fantasies of unlimited power. First of all, the naming of this point is bullshit. Everyone is special, though I'll still argue for it anyways. Tying back into the point that Daniel believing he is special, him celebrating Nessie Day proves that he thinks of his character highly and thinks he is important enough and special enough to get an entire day dedicated to it. He even asks his fans to celebrate it for him. The idea of the entire Nessie Day is completely fine. I just think that making it called Nessie Day is kind of self-centered and egotistical, as it should be a celebration for anyone, not just your character. Your fans are a big part in your YouTube videos and they probably inspired you to create a character like Nessie. You shouldn't have asked your fans to draw specifically fan art for your character, because it makes you come off as self-centered and egotistical, which I don't like in my opinion. Moving on to another point of him being special, this is like a very bad point, I'm gonna admit that first of all. His birthday, this is differing between people, but Daniel really loved to post, "It's my birthday," and he even drew art of himself with a birthday hat on it. And it came across as him fishing for compliments. And when he got a bunch of compliments, he then posted on Twitter saying he might get shadow banned for him saying thank you to all the birthday comments, trying to humble himself down. Daniel, you should not have indirectly asked for birthday wishes and then followed up by saying, Bolt, guys, stop birthday wishing me. I'm gonna get shadow banned for it. And Daniel made a big deal out of an aesthetic change a few weeks ago by hyping it up on Twitter, and it seemed like Daniel was going to change a lot for his new channel aesthetic, and it's going to be a lot more professional looking and really high quality. And he comes back 2 weeks later and shows us this. Daniel, no offense, but you have shot yourself in the foot by that statement with his new aesthetic. The handwriting, while nice, I don't think it's the best for branding. I think it would work better if you got like a dark shade of red and you got like a darker shade of green. I would make the entire idea more dark and calm rather than having like a really bright color contrasting from the background. That's just my opinion though. There's also a case of him thinking he could get Razer to make him a Nessie brand of headphones because PewDiePie got a pair, and it just begs me to say one thing. Daniel, you've got 50,000 subscribers, not 50 million. The last one was kind of like a 2-in-1 sort of deal. Me saying that Daniel to detention by openly saying it was his birthday in order to get birthday wishes is similar for fishing for compliments. Except he wanted birthday wishes, even then, the entire birthday thing could be considered a weak point. And I did say that. One thing I'll commend Daniel on is that he knows how to take compliments without completely gushing over them. But there is one thing that could be taken like he wants admiration. Daniel made a YouTube tips video, and on the video he had a point about his fans. I'll play the clip and it comes off like Daniel's very childish.
My fans can be a bit rude to me, not gonna lie, especially when it comes to my likes on Twitter. It's like whenever they like something, I'm okay with it, which is true. However, when I like something, they have a problem with it. In fact, some of my actual fans have talked about this and mocked the ones who have a problem with my interests. But there's still a bright light coming from the sun saying that there's some respect from my own fans.
And him wondering why his fans are suspecting him for certain things is like, you know, the next point. Like the last point, everyone has a sense of entitlement, although Daniel can sometimes come off like an entitled piece of shit. He made a video on 2 kids doing Undertale a cappella a few years ago, and he even gave them advice to stop singing.
Okay, kid, let me just give you some tips. If you can't sing a song, then don't sing it. If you can't sing a general, then don't sing. Don't sing while you're still in puberty, because of voice cracking and things like that.
It's like, what position do you think you're in to be giving that sort of advice? You told a 9-year-old to stop singing and you're like, what, 14 at the time? It's like, what? Daniel also made a video on Minecraft Awesome Parodies, and a solid chunk of the video was Daniel going on about how MCIP had more subscribers and views than him.
And it actually has even more subscribers than me, about like 1 or 200. Just look at this. Look at that. What is that? Oh, it's more likes than dislikes. I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it. How does this person have 14,000 subscribers? 14,000!
It all sounded incredibly jealous, and throughout the video, Daniel just got angry and resulted to shouting,
Nobody likes your singing!
You know, Daniel could have played it off like a joke, but he completely fucking shot himself in the foot by saying,
I do not like Minecraft Awesome Parodies.
Daniel got angry over an ironic video and complained that he had more subscribers than him. A counter argument would be, that was over a year ago, Daniel's changed a lot in that time. Well, considering his Valentine's Day video, I would tend to disagree with that statement. Another case of Daniel not understanding how things work is he didn't understand how the Pokemon Go kid had over 100,000 subscribers and said how people find it good content.
I know what you're thinking. Daniel, you're just being too harsh on this kid. No, I'm not. The kid actually deserves it. He shouldn't be making this type of stuff. He shouldn't even deserve to have his own YouTube channel that has 100,000 subs. How do people even find this as good content?
That isn't really being quote-unquote entitled, but something that would be entitled would be a video that Daniel made a long time ago. Daniel made a video on the fact that he needed help with his channel. By how the video was made, it seemed like it was something very important, and Daniel needed a lot of help with it. He then goes on in the video saying,
but this was the time where I made the biggest mistake in my life on YouTube. You see, for many of you who might not know, the term sub for sub means subscribing to a YouTuber that subscribes to you back. The thing that makes this thing awful is that most of the people that sub to you back will not actually watch your content. This is why everybody warns you not to do sub for sub. I thought they were joking.
Are you fucking kidding me? He made an important video over that? That goes to show that Daniel thinks he is entitled enough to have random strangers help his channel.
What I want for you to do, if you are an actual viewer of my channel, what I want you to do is I want you to share this channel with other people so they can subscribe.
They don't owe him anything. Daniel makes content out of his own mistake. I'm happy that Daniel admitted that it was his mistake, but Daniel should have not made a video about it. Instead, he should have worked his fucking ass off till the dead subscribers wouldn't even matter anymore. He then goes on to say that he wants the video to be shared around the internet, and he wants everyone to subscribe so his massive mistake will be lessened. You wanting to correct your sub for sub is alright, I just think that how you executed it was very wrong.
And I can make this channel a lot more safer.
Safe from what? Criticism? You should not be asking random people on the internet to fix it for you. You dug your own hole for yourself and you're expecting other people to lift yourself out of it. So it's like, why the fuck will you do that? It's just immature. Arrogant is a word that fits in very nicely into Daniel's entire channel and his entire persona online. Arrogant. Having or revealing an exaggerated sense of his own importance or abilities. Daniel is the type of person that calls someone out for something that himself is doing. It's like me going up to some kid and saying he's an unfunny dipshit. Wait, did I just call myself an unfunny dipshit? Going back to the Valentine's Day video, which is my favourite video to criticise, Daniel really loved to take the piss out of the guy in the video. In particular, he really loved to take the piss out of his appearance in the video. And I don't think you should be making fun of somebody's appearance unless you yourself are very public about your appearance. It's like the entire Leafy situation where I bully people for how they look.
Life girlfriend.
He looks like something you would find camping at the back of the nearest adult mart, hoping you get a great deal on whatever product is in there. Next time you walk up to a girl, be expected to be sprayed with a can of SATIRE. It's just common sense. I'm starting to think that person you locked up in your basement, you were dating with, you actually look like some lonely 35-year-old woman. Like, I'm starting to question your gender. You actually look like the woman who's obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm looking for an internet or a real life girlfriend, kind of like a model-ish type of body.
The chance of you getting someone like that are as high as beating you break for Super Mario Maker. Nobody would want to date a person that looks like he wants to rob the nearest key jeweler store. Also, who would want to date somebody that looks like they have the hair of a total douchebag? So if there is one of those long, model, tan kind of people that you wanted so much, actually did wanted to date you, which will never happen. In fact, I bet after he recorded this video, he went and bought himself a fedora hat, grew out his beard, wear a small shirt, and watch My Little Pony.
Preferably big boobs.
Okay, now the chances of you getting that kind of girlfriend have now decreased tremendously.
Internet or a real life girlfriend.
An attack can occur in an instant.
Why the fuck are you so mean to him on his appearance? Come on. Oh fuck! Danny made a 50k subscriber special where he did his face reveal. Oh my fucking god, I'm so excited.
Who's the person that's been editing all these videos throughout the past 2 years?
Daniel, you're not in any position to criticize someone on their appearance if you yourself are not gonna show your appearance.
You actually look like some lonely 35-year-old woman. We'll be taking a look at people who probably live in their mother's basement watching My Little Pony all day.
I am beautiful, no matter what they say.
You played yourself.
Daniel, if you're gonna criticize someone on their appearance, you need to not be insecure about your own appearance. But what if it's for privacy? If Daniel's hiding his face for privacy reasons at 50,000, it proves he thinks far too highly of himself if people are gonna come out of nowhere and find him. The entire point of a face reveal is to reveal your face to the fans and show them what you look like, which Daniel's not doing by wearing a fucking mask. So Daniel, I advise that you do an actual face reveal and show off that you're not insecure about your appearance and that you're very confident. Because personally, I don't think that was a good idea to make fun of people for how they look if you yourself are not public about how you look. Daniel, you have shown yourself to be arrogant by this one point alone, although there are more points that show that you're arrogant. So, Daniel has made quite a few redundant milestone videos. Let's go through them. 5k special. Why I call this stupid is because he already reacted to an old video, thus making the 5k special surprisingly less special. 6k special. The majority of the video is Daniel making pyrocynical jokes. 7k is just a random number. 10k dog reveal. Does this need to explain itself? How is that special to your viewers? The 26k special is alright, it's just, why the random numbers? 35k special. It's just another episode in the Ask Daniel series. 48k special. He made his own themed controller, which could also be tied back into the granular sense of self, but fuck off. Then he made 2 50k specials, one the redundant face reveal, and making his own play button. Fuck me. I'm going to explain what I think of the entire specials concept and I think what Daniel has indirectly shown to his audience. It's shown Daniel's running out of ideas and now he's just making subscriber specials for the fucking crack. 2, I think Daniel really just wanted to make his own controller and his own play button, so he was like, well, I'll pass it off as a subscriber special. 48k subs isn't really something to make a video about. There is no point in making so many subscriber specials, cause if you make so many specials, guess what? It's no longer special.
Hey guys, Daniel T here. Welcome back to my 56th. What number am I on? 56,471 subscriber special. Today we're gonna be doing a mouth reveal and a shaving video. It's right here. Yeah. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so I got my shaving and I'm gonna start shaving today, so let's go. Guys, I have an announcement to make. I cut myself while shaving. Stay tuned till my 60,200 special, where I'll be doing a dick review.
Well, that's for the domineering part of the section. There are quite a few occasions in the official Daniel T. Super podcast where Daniel has talked over his friends.
If you're wondering why Pioka, Clairbo have a different look, that's because I changed the character designs again, because I felt like I didn't. I struggled a bit. Let's put it that way. And Reggie was just not here at all.
Okay.
You can look it up through my ad. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of questions for you except for me. What the hell?
From the Daniel T. Super Show podcast, I think Daniel came off as like bossy towards his co-hosts. This is a very touchy subject, so if you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, please stop and skip forward to the next point. Daniel made a sequel to his album, and at the start of the video he mentioned that he had like a struggle, and he mentioned that his girlfriend had an attempted suicide. Personally, there are some things about your personal life that I think you shouldn't share online, one of them being suicide, and I think Daniel did a very bad idea by sharing his girlfriend's suicide attempt. It worked out for Daniel because they did the right thing by supporting his girlfriend and giving them supportive messages, but all it could have taken was a few people to entirely ruin her life. It's opening Pandora's box for what can happen, and that's all I'm trying to say. Daniel's extremely envious of other commentary channels, and in his early videos, he was and still is fixated on living up to Pyro and sucking his dick. It's beyond a point of admiration. He talks about Pyrocynical like he's a god.
Now, I know that Pyrocynical's already talked about this video before.
Generic Pyrocynical rep-off number 420 here. I'm gonna need someone. Pyro!
I get phones that are smaller than your entire upper body.
Commentary YouTubers like Pyrocynical and all those kinds of YouTubers, they would usually have very short hair. But with me, that's not the case.
This child idolizes Pyrocynical.
And that is sadly the truth.
I know that I talked about Pyrocynical here before.
He also copies this other YouTuber called Pyrocynical.
My inspiration comes from Pyro, not Leafy. All you are is just an asinine, bird-brain, hypocritical piece of shit. Well, at least I actually know how to capture game footage correctly. You think we're gonna be subscribing to you over that asinine video? Accusing me of being a Leafy copy. That I'm not a Leafy copy. They always still accuse me. And I always feel like he's like a downgraded Pyro. No hate. Okay then, so you're gonna be hating on me, but you're not allowed to be hated on yourself. This is the same thing that Pyrocynical had to go through.
But I'm just letting Pyroshark know unless he watches this video.
Did you just got Pyrocynical's name wrong? Everybody knows it's Pyrocynical, or you could just call it Pyro.
It also got to a point where Daniel like out of nowhere mentioned Pyrocynical, even though it provided nothing other than the fact that Daniel can put Pyrocynical in the tags. Let's say in the video I quoted iDub several times. Would it make the video any better, or would it make it worse? I'll let you decide, but personally I think it would make it worse, because it's less of my own content, more of iDubs or Ian's. That'd be because it'd give the video less of an identity, and it'd be banking off of iDubs. This point at first made me like very difficult to explain, but it'll make more sense when I actually explain it. During the entire 2016 Awesome Parodies channel / Troll channel fiasco, Daniel seemingly got angry at every single video coming his way, and he even made 31 videos on cringe that I've counted. The annoying thing about it is Daniel was aware about it, and he fed into the troll channels, therefore making more of them. And then in the YouTube tips video, he also said
They've helped me when dealing with the awesome parody channels.
What he probably did realize, but didn't make vocal, was that his fan base were the awesome parody channels. The Mario Undertale kid was even a fan of his content, yet he still got angry at him for being a troll channel.
Ah, Jesus Christ! What is wrong with you, kid? As you can tell, I do not like this video. And I think this kid was actually being honest here.
Daniel feeding into the troll channel just made a community of awesome parody channels trying to get attention from Daniel. And the idiotic thing that Daniel did was, Daniel fed into it, making more of that. See, if you have a fan base, they usually tend to adopt the same attitude that you have. So for example, if you make discussion type videos like podcasts, your comment section will be a lot more orientated towards discussions. Using that same logic for Daniel getting extremely angry at troll videos, therefore makes his fans angry at the troll videos too, which just made an entire cesspool of cancer. You've shown yourself to be entitled, arrogant, and overall you've shown yourself to your fan base that you think highly of yourself. Your fanbase adopted that mindset, and that explains everything. From why your fanbase simply don't respect you, to the troll channel phase. You being envious of Pyrocynical has spread itself onto your fanbase, and that's why whenever you livestream, you get bombarded with childish people spamming you, asking stupid questions. So Daniel, you've created a paradox for yourself. It's either you were aware of the troll channels, you fed into it, making more of them, because you knew it'd get you a lot of attention from it. And it explains how you overreacted to everything. That's option A. Or option B, you weren't really aware of the craze that you started, unawarely fed into it. This makes you out to be an idiot, while the other makes you out to be exploitive. Choose one. I'm more inclined to believe the first option, as I don't think Daniel's stupid, but you can come to your own conclusion. Overall, I think Daniel has shown to everyone that his fame has went to his head in one way or another. From shouting at children, to making his own play button, all the way to getting a team to make his own fan game. If you enjoyed the video, share it with your non-existent girlfriend. Eat my ass, I love you. Subscribe and like the video. Thank you all for watching, have a nice day. And I love you.
Don't rain
Yeah.
on me.